No, I'm not a shotter, but I got them hits, man, coming straight out the barrio. That's why I'm hip-hop sicario. I like my privacy. Hey, what's going on, good people, and welcome back to Rolo Runs the City podcast. I am your host, Rolo C, and I am glad to be here with you today to break down another one of my new songs that I just released called Privacy. But first, remember to go right ahead and hit me up on the socials. Feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel at Rolo Runs the City, as well as I am on X at Rolo Runs the City, as well as Instagram at Rolo Runs the City Music and Rolo Runs the City Podcast. And let's not forget, all things Rolo is RoloRunsTheCity.com. And without further ado, we're going to talk about the new track that I just dropped called Privacy. Definitely enjoyed making this track. It was something new production-wise for me because I'd never made a drill track before, but I started listening to a lot of drill music and wanted to try to get into the mindset of how do I really go right ahead and produce such a beat. Never done it before. I think I did fairly well my first time actually, putting that together, as well as listening to drill music. Now, drill music obviously has been around for about 10 plus years now, but for the most part, it's got a very bad negative connotation to it because it's like basically it's saying it's like murder music. You know what I mean? It's very disrespectful, things of that nature. Obviously, that's not what my music or my podcast is about. But I definitely wanted to try to do something different lyrically, as well as, testing my limits as a musician. So that's why I wanted to try to go ahead and put this together. I did some, funny ad-libs, obviously. I've got the skirt, the yeet, yeet, and all this other stuff, just trying to be silly on the track. But at the same time, if you're listening to the message, it just talks about how I appreciate my privacy, as well anybody should. Now, you say to yourself, well, how you expect to be private when you're all over the socials and you're kind of displaying what's going on? But you always remember, we always, as in individuals, put out content that we do not mind sharing. Okay? Now, you got a lot of people that they air their dirty laundry out there. To each is his or her own. I'm not about that. That's very, toxic. I appreciate my privacy. I try to project good energy every time I go ahead and get on a track. I try to project good energy every time I put out a podcast. So that's where my head is at. You know what I mean? So I always want to make sure that we always represent ourselves well. I have affinity, for music as well as my podcast. So that's the reason why I always want to make sure that they go together hand in hand and, both of the messages always match. So obviously I'm not a traditional drill rapper or anything like that. I'm not rapping about murder or just having like toxic, songs together, just calling people out. But at the same time, you could say what I'm saying is kind of toxic, but in reality, it's not. It's actually authentic. It's actually, true to life, very real, in reference to appreciating your privacy. It's like, I don't have to be proven to people that I'm winning. I don't have to, just put everything out there. I do like my privacy. My circle is very, very, and I mean extremely small. I don't have a big circle at all. And I notice the wider your circle becomes, the more susceptible you're allowing negativity, into that circle. And it becomes a detriment to everyday activity, becomes a detriment to anyone's mindset who's involved in the circle. One thing you don't want to do is bring a cancer into your circle. If anything, we're trying to eradicate such behavior, let alone let something inside of that come in. So basically, with that being said, I truly enjoyed making this track. For me personally, I'm the type of person that does not like to deal with invasive people. I do like when people respect my privacy. Basically people know what I'm about and they know what I don't tolerate, but sometimes people still tend to try to see where they can go and how far they can go with me. And that's something that I truly don't appreciate at all. And that's one of the reasons why I said I got to put this track out. This is like something serious, true to life, not only that is going on in my life, but I'm pretty sure that there's people that value and respect their own privacy as well. So you can actually appreciate the things that I'm actually saying on this song Like I said, always protect your space. It's funny. Like I have my main account on Instagram that's just at Rolo Runs the City. I don't have many people that I follow, and not many people follow me on there because it's a private account. But it's like if you're following me on that account, consider yourself pretty lucky that we're just kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk. You know what I mean? But and I don't mean that in a negative way whatsoever. It's just that I'm very particular who I let around me, my family, and everyone should have the same mindset when it comes to that. We've become too much of a free willed society, the social media, cameras everywhere society, where we want to go ahead and chronicle everything. And I think that's an absolute mistake when it comes to your mental health and your peace and well being as an individual. When you start letting too many things come into your life, they can start altering the chemistry of what you naturally have going on your day to day. So for me, I always make sure that I try to keep business away from my personal life and keep things at a distance. Um, and I do take a lot of things personal, as well as anybody should. So that's just where I'm at with that, and that's one of the real excuse me, one of the real catalysts on why I wanted to get this song done. But anyway, not gonna keep you too long. I always try to keep it short, keep it brief, but at the same time, keep it very condensed and give you what you need, so I can hit you upside the head and understand why I made that excellent track the way I did. But anyway, like I said, feel free to hit me up at RoloRunsTheCity.com. I am on Instagram at RoloRunsTheCityMusic, as well as Rolo Runs the City Podcast. And I am also on X at Rolo Runs the City. And do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel at Rolo Runs the City. And I am everywhere podcasts can be streamed, whether it be Amazon, Amazon, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Casts, all that. I'm there. But like I said, you may run into two Rolo Runs the City. One is the podcast, one is the musical artist. But absolutely, I always tell you guys to enjoy both. Anyway, take care. Godspeed. Glad to, share some time with you guys today. And always remember, be the goat, never a sheep, and don't sleep on your dreams. Take care and Godspeed.